Welcome to GEEK Games and Collectibles, where we share our love of fandom
while promoting new and pre-owned games, toys, and collectibles available for purchase from CanGeek.com.
Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Scott here from GEEK Games and Collectibles. Welcome to our Geek Speak video for the week of January the 24th. And today we're going to talk about Marvel's Eternals, a very divisive film that recently hit Disney+. And I'm going to start this video off by asking one question. Was Thanos right? Now, for those of you who have yet to see Eternals, I'm going to quickly explain what has made this film so divisive. There are people out there who felt that the film was a great world-building film. There are other people out there who felt like the film was 2.5 hours of boring nonsense and you could have got away with watching the last 15 minutes of the film and, basically been satisfied. Now, for myself, I'm going to admit right off the top that for all of the Marvel comics that I have read over the years, I have never personally read an Eternals comic. I just never had the interest in that particular IP. So everything that I'm about to say is based on my interpretation from the MCU as opposed to the comics. And again, there are some people out there who saw the Eternals film who did not feel like the film did a very good job of sticking to the original source material. I've spoke to a number of those people, as have Chris, and again, we're not going to form any personal opinions because neither one of us has actually read any Eternal comics. But based on the Eternals film, the general concept is as follows. There are these incredibly powerful beings in the universe known as Celestials. Celestials are responsible for creating galaxies and universes and suns and everything else that life as a whole needs to flourish and survive. But Celestials have to be born out of destruction. And the way they are born is the pre-existing Celestials will implant a planet with a yet-to-be-born Celestial. That Celestial will grow and form within the core of a planet until the time of the emergence when the Celestial is finally ready to be born and the planet is obliterated. Think of the chicken and egg analogy where a chick busts out of an egg and you basically understand the birth of a Celestial. Now, for Celestials to grow within the core of a planet, life on that planet has to flourish because the Celestial is basically feeding off the life of that planet. For example, on Earth, human beings. Now, in order to ensure that life flourishes on a planet, the already existing Celestials created a group of beings known as Deviants. The job of the Deviants was to control the spread of apex predators on whatever planet they were sent to as a means of ensuring that life flourished ahead of the birth of a Celestial. Unfortunately, the Deviants themselves became apex predators, which then required the creation of the Eternals, which was again a group of beings created by Celestials with the purpose of controlling the spread of apex predators, in this particular case, Deviants, and ensuring that life flourished and, Celestials were born, thereby destroying all the life on whatever planet the Celestial emerged from. Now, let's look at Infinity War and Endgame. And the reason I say this is because something that they really never addressed in the MCU, but was clearly addressed in the comics, is that Thanos himself was an Eternal. And the entire purpose of Thanos in Infinity War and Endgame was to control the population of the universe. And he did this obviously with the Infinity Gauntlet, and we know how this story plays out. A snap and half of everything was wiped out. So if you consider that for a minute, then really Thanos wiping out half of everything was as much about controlling the birth of Celestials as it was about anything else. Because as an Eternal himself, Thanos would know that the Celestials require life to flourish in order for their species to continue being born. So again, was Thanos right? Was Thanos the villain that he was portrayed to be in the MCU, or was there a much bigger agenda at play here? And the real question I have for you now is, when you consider all of this, is this something that you would want to see explored in future stories within the MCU? Maybe even creating kind of a redemption arc for Thanos if some of you feel he deserves one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You know, am I on base? Am I off base? Again, this is just something to consider. Anyways, as always, thanks very much for watching this video and for continuing to support us here at CanGeek Games and Collectibles. It is greatly appreciated. And until we talk to you again soon, stay safe and healthy wherever you are, and ciao for now.